It was a full house at the Steelworkers Hall last night. Hundreds of people, including teachers, nurses, and firefighters, attended the Rich and the Rest of Us Forum, joining in the fight against income inequality. The Rich and the Rest of Us initiative is part of a national program discussing labor rights and the lack of tax fairness.
What we're seeing here, and what I've learned today, is that it's not everybody that's paying their fair share. Businesses are getting tax breaks from the government. The 1% is getting the tax breaks, or they're not even paying their fair share. They're paying a less percentage of income taxes than the lowest income people. So it's about fairness and tax fairness for everybody, to closing the income gap such that we can have a better society for everybody, a healthier society, a healthier economy, and a more cohesive society.
Well, I'm the president of the local, and we're in bargaining right now, and all we want out of bargaining is a fair contract. We service the most vulnerable people in society, and we can barely provide for our own families. Most of us are part-time workers, and we work 2, 3, 4 jobs. And I've had to use food banks myself too, as a single mother working in a unionized workplace. I've still had to use food banks. So I came out tonight to see what I could do to try and make things better for my children. I want them to go to school and have good jobs.
I was concerned about small business because that's been most of my working life has been in small business, and that without a well-paid working class, without a middle class who will support the small businesses that really enrich our community culturally, the good restaurants, the good shops, how do those people survive? How do people survive being creatively employed without a solid base of people to be their clientele? And the way the governments are pointing, we won't have that. We'll lose that the taxation base. We'll lose the working class. We'll have a landscape littered with Walmarts and Targets.
Well, I think it comes down to when we think of income inequality. I think I'm a worker that goes to work. I work hard. I'm a professional. I go and work with other people's children, and I can barely afford to pay for my own children and support my own children and give them their needs without worrying every week and every month, like, where is the next dollar coming from, or what am I not going to be able to afford this month in order to give them food or to give them things that they need for school, for their own recreation, and because it's very expensive to raise them on that amount of money.
Do you mind if I ask you how much you do make?
Before taxes in a year, $37,000. So it's, when you're looking at 3 children and one has special needs, and it doesn't add up. It doesn't. Everything else is going up. You look at the cost of food, the cost of electricity, everything. It's only a couple dollars to maybe someone who has a couple dollars to throw away, but to someone like me, who lives paycheck to paycheck, those couple dollars make the difference in whether I'm going to make it this month or not.